in a real pink phase recently. For some reason, I just keep wanting to build pink stuff in The Sims. It's actually getting kind of embarrassing, but long story short, I have built another pink apartment in The Sims 4. There are so many apartments in this game that I just never build in because I don't really like a lot of them. I feel like most of the apartments in San Myshuno are just too big. This one in particular is like way too big. This is one of the apartments in the arts district. This one is next door to two of my favorite apartments because they're both a little bit smaller. There's that like tiny square needs TLC studio apartment, and then also that smaller haunted apartment. Honestly, this building's just got issues. It seems like this apartment's just too big. It's kind of ugly. The other two have some serious problems, but I wanted to give this apartment like a serious attempt and try and do some tricks to make myself like it more. So for example, I put the entire place up on a platform. One of the things that I dislike the most about most of these apartments is that the walls are just way too tall. I do like medium and tall wall heights sometimes for like certain circumstances, but I just don't really want to have like a giant empty space in a place like this. And then obviously the age-old problem with apartments is that I can't change where the windows are, so that makes it kind of hard to furnish these things too. So by raising the whole place up on a platform, it makes the windows feel a little bit bigger, it makes the walls feel a little bit smaller, and overall I just like it a little bit more. And then I also use platforms to like close off part of the space. You'll see that I made like a little corner by some of the bedrooms and I just filled it up with platforms to make the house smaller. This is because of the lack of windows too. I want to have like reasonably sized rooms, and obviously I want to have all of the rooms to have windows in them, but there's like so many parts of this that are just too big and there's no windows, so I just kind of thought I'm gonna make it smaller and that'll hopefully help fill it up a little bit more. Now, as far as the color scheme goes, when I first set out to build this, I didn't really have a plan, but then I saw that swatch of the rug from the pastel pop kit, and it's got those like really cool pink and orange swirls. It almost looks a little bit retro too, like the vibes of it, and I really liked it. And I realized that I just never build with orange all that often, and so I thought maybe I could try and use that pink and orange thing and like run with it for the whole apartment. You can see I'm kind of trying to do that right now with the kitchen, and I don't think that I'm succeeding. I found those orange appliances from Jungle Adventure, and I never use them. I honestly don't think I've ever used that orange fridge, and I also don't think that I'll ever find a time in the future to use it again. So I was like really trying to make it work in here because I really badly wanted to like actually have a chance to use it. Looking back on this, I built this apartment like a whole month ago in real life, so I've kind of forgotten a few specific details, but I do remember that the orange fridge was a serious controversy in my Twitch chat. I was live streaming when I built this, and so people had a lot to say about the orange fridge and stove. It was like very much yes or very much no, and it was a very long conversation and we kept going back and forth on it. I don't remember if I gave in to the anti-orange people, but I might have. So we'll have to wait and see how it turns out. But if you hate it, don't worry, you're not alone. I also kind of hate it, but I just was trying to make it work. This is kind of how I feel about a lot of Sims builds. It's like, you know, I don't really like how this looks, but can I do something to make myself like how this looks? Because it would be kind of fun if we could make it work. It's just, you know, it's kind of an ugly shade of orange and it's kind of weird, so I understand. Doing this made me like really browse through every single color of like every item we have. It was kind of fun because it forced me to use some stuff that I don't normally use, but it was rough because when you stick yourself to like a very specific color scheme like this, you find that like sometimes there's items that have so much potential, but they're just kind of off. Like there's those little chairs, you might see them in the corner living room right now. They're orange and they have that like teal chevron pillow thing. I want to like it so bad. I love the color orange of the chair, but the pillow is just so hard to accept. It reminds me of like my freshman year of high school. It's like very 2014 with the coral and the like aqua color and the chevron pattern. It really feels like it's 2014 to me, and I don't mean that as like a horrible insult because it is kind of cute. It was very hard for me to make it work. I really wish that it didn't have those pillows. The pillows were like really throwing it off from the color scheme. At this point in the build though, I was like really struggling with this. You've probably seen me go back and forth with like the layout and the different rugs that I was using. I like picked things and then changed it and then changed it back. I mean, I went back and forth so much while trying to figure this out because I really wanted it to match that rug that I had picked first, but it was so hard to find things that like fit well with it and stuff because I was so set on using that rug. That's kind of a theme of this video. I was just being stubborn about things like my rug and my orange fridge. At one point, we aren't there yet, but in one of the bedrooms, the room that right now has that like bright orange and pink rug on the floor, I really wanted to try and make like a custom framed painting. I've seen people do this kind of thing a lot where they'll like size up artwork and then put like a base game frame or something and then try and put the artwork in the frame. And I found this really nice like poster from Cool Kitchen Stuff that had like kind of a cute citrus theme, and it was like the perfect color scheme. And I really wanted to use it, but I didn't like that it was a poster because I wanted to have like a frame and have it be like a more substantial piece of art, you know? So I was trying so hard to like size it up and size up a frame and like deleting the walls to try and alt place this poster to cover the picture but still be under the frame. Oh my god. If you only knew how long I spent doing this, I had to cut it out of the video because it was 5 minutes sped up. This video is like 22 minutes long right now, the footage. I cut out a couple things, like I cut out the bathrooms, I cut out like, you know, the picture frame incident. But could you imagine if the video was like 5 minutes longer and the whole 5 minutes sped up was just me like sizing up a picture, sizing it back down, deleting the wall, trying to alt place it, putting it back. It was a disaster. So anyway, I had to cut that out. I think you might see like a bit of the beginning of it, but I had to delete the footage because it was unbearable. It was actually unwatchable. To anyone who was there on the live stream and you watched that and you experienced that live, I'm really sorry. It was honestly like a bonding experience for all of us that were there because we were like so frustrated at the game because I couldn't get it to fit properly. At the end of the video, I'll show you what I'm talking about and like try to explain it a little bit better. But I've just seen so many creative people do that sort of thing where you like try and like combine items. It's similar to like taking a empty pot, like a pot item that's meant as decoration, and then putting plants in it to get like a custom potted plant. But in this case, I was trying to get a custom frame and it just was not working. It was not working well. I bet if I had the tool mod, I could have done it, but I tend to not really use mods in my videos too much, so I just don't bother installing the tool mod. The tool mod, by the way, is an incredibly useful, really amazing build mode mod where you can like do anything. I mean, you can even like rotate objects, like instead of just on the floor, you could like take a pillar and then do this to it and like make it diagonal. Not like a column, but you know, those things from Debug, like all these random little pieces. People make some really incredible stuff out of them. I am not those people. Typically, I tend to just do stuff vanilla, like with the regular game, instead of using mods. Partially because a lot of times when I'm doing these things, obviously I'm not making like a build tutorial right now, but people do watch my videos to like get ideas or learn how to build. And so I tend to try and keep it to things that like the average person could actually do and replicate without having to install a complicated mod. Or like maybe you're on console and you can't even get mods, you know, so I try and be mindful of that. The only mods that I have are UI Cheats and MC Command Center, and both of those you cannot take away from me. I cannot function without those things. UI Cheats lets you cheat in the game by like clicking on the UI. So if you see me like click on my Sims needs and then drag the bar up, so if I like make them a little bit less tired, or more often I cheat the toddler's hygiene need to be full. That's with UI Cheats. I also use it to like cheat for money sometimes. You can add just 1,000 simoleons at a time, or you could just cheat and make it like any custom amount. I also cheat with UI Cheats to change the weather or like the season. Mostly when I'm building and I want to get like a better screenshot, I can really easily make it stop snowing or like make it sunny again so there aren't weird clouds blocking the view. That mod is super, super useful. And I also use a mod called MC Command Center, and that one is like real control stuff. You can do like anything with it, from things like controlling your Sim's pregnancy. You can make it shorter or longer. You could like force them to have 6 babies at once. I also use that to increase my maximum household size in game from 8 to 24, which I don't recommend because when you do that and then go into cast, it deletes any Sims that you have that are like more than the first 8. But it's kind of nice for like challenges and stuff. I did a charity stream once where I added a toddler every $1,000 we raised, and we had 24 toddlers in the household. So it was a nightmare, but it was very successful at raising money for charity. I also like disable the monster under the bed stuff with that mod. So there's a lot of like useful little things that you can do, but it almost does so much that it's kind of overwhelming. I might need to make a video on that mod at some point just to show you all my settings and like how I use it and stuff, because it can be a little bit intimidating when you first download it. But mod talk aside, you can see we're like actually making some more progress with decorating the house now. I'm putting in some little clutter in the kitchen and I'm trying to alt place stuff, and it's really annoying because of the platforms. Platforms in this game are fun in theory, but in practice, when you're like actually trying to use them and like play with them or build with them and things are are constantly jumping to different heights and like changing around. It can be really, really annoying, but they look nice. So we have to try and balance this. Speaking of which, this build, really, really annoying. I put it on the gallery, and the problem with building apartments and putting them on the gallery is that you can't upload them like normal. You have to upload apartments as a room instead of as like a whole lot, like you would download a house. And unfortunately, because this apartment has all of these platforms and things, it really does not want to work well on the gallery. For some reason, at first, when it was uploaded, people like literally couldn't download it. Like they would download it and it would say error for some reason. So it was up there, but it just like didn't work. So then I fixed it, but when I fixed it, I had to remove a couple parts. Basically, to put it on the gallery, I have to delete walls so the game thinks it's all one room, and then also delete the platforms. And because of the annoying issues, I had to just leave out the entryway. So you'll see the front door part just isn't on the gallery for some reason. Another weird thing is the stairs that I had by the front door kept deleting themselves. So I would like replace it and then it would delete again. I never saw it delete. I just would come back and it would be gone. So I don't know what was causing it. It might have been like a weird move objects issue or something, but the fact the stairs kept deleting themselves makes me wonder if like this lot is just kind of bugged in general, and that's why I had so many gallery issues with it. So all of that to say, it is on the gallery, but I'm really sorry if it gives you a hard time, because it gave me a hard time. So it was fun to build, it's nice to look at, but this might not be the best one to actually play in. We're kind of finished with the living area now, and we're actually moving on to the bedrooms and stuff. And this house is actually 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I feel like I managed to fit a lot. This apartment is actually really big. Even with me like closing off part of the area and hiding it, the apartment is still huge. So I kind of furnished them as like 2 kids rooms and then 2 maybe primary-ish bedrooms. This one I'm doing right now is one of those like potential primary bedrooms, and it's also the one that had the weird picture issues. So this one was rough. So maybe like grandma lives here. We've got like 2 kids rooms. Maybe there's a teen and a kid, and then maybe like a couple of moms, and then maybe the moms live in the primary bedroom on the other side of the house. So if you wanted to, a lot of Sims could live here if it works. If it works off the gallery, a lot of Sims could live here. If not, then it just sits and looks pretty. I think part of the reason that I don't like this apartment though is just because of how big it is. I know I said it earlier, but like if I wanted to have an apartment this huge, I would rather just have a house so my Sims could have some outdoor space. Or like maybe if this one had a balcony, I would like it a little bit better. But the fact that it doesn't means that I just kind of tend to not live here. I have my Sims do the gardening skill so often, so I can't really function in a house that doesn't have a place to garden. And I just want outdoor space. I want to have like a patio with like some chairs, maybe a grill. That's why my favorite apartment is that needs TLC one from the Spice District, because it's a decent size, it's got short wall height, and it has a balcony. Unfortunately, it's also needs TLC, so it's like rat infested and sometimes has gas leaks, but that's fine. You know, it happens. I'm kind of finished with this bedroom now, by the way, so you can see what I was talking about with that art print that I was mentioning, how I like sized up one from Cool Kitchen and then put it in a frame. It took me so long to get it to line up right and like not look silly, but that's what I was trying to explain. Now over here in the corner, this one is like more of a teen bedroom, and I was really inspired by this specific rug from the backyard stuff pack. I don't think that I've ever used that swatch before, so it was kind of fun to use that as like the main color scheme. And one other kind of cool thing is you might be noticing the wallpaper. It looks like it's got a blue baseboard, and I just put a pink one in the other bedroom, and it's cool because it's not actually a baseboard at all. That wallpaper is the one from Eco Lifestyle that has like, I don't know, like I was gonna say this big of paint at the bottom. That is not an appropriate scale at all. This is The Sims. What does this mean? But there's like basically a wallpaper from Eco Lifestyle that's got like painted on the bottom half-ish of the wall. But because this house is on platforms, you can't see like the whole bottom of the wallpaper. So it looks like it's just a baseboard, and it's kind of cool. I feel like it's a nice little feature to have that hint of blue on the bottom. It makes me wish that we had more stuff like that. I want to have like some kind of fun colored baseboards in the game. That's really trendy right now too. People like painting the woodwork. They'll paint like the door and the baseboards all like green and then have a lighter wallpaper or something. I just wish we had more things like that. We need more wallpaper so bad. Oh my god. And the other thing about this room that I really did not like, this kind of goes back to the window issue just in general with all apartments, but like the height of these windows, they are up so high. Even with the house being on a platform, they are up so high. It really stinks. I feel like I want to have a nice big window in here for this beautiful bedroom, and we just don't have that. Like we just can't. I think that I managed to make it work by putting the closet underneath it. It kind of like makes it seem intentional, but I don't know. I just wish the windows were a little bit bigger. I also wish they weren't black. Like I just think the black windows don't really match the style of this place. Obviously I realize it's an apartment and like, you know, you can't change these things in real life either. I can't like change the exterior exterior windows, but like, it's The Sims. So I personally feel as though I should be able to cheat it and do whatever I want. You used to be able to in The Sims 3. In The Sims 3, you could even like cheat into the other people's apartments near you. You could build entire apartment buildings from scratch in The Sims 3. And so using some cheats, I would be able to like steal square footage from my next door neighbors. When you zoom out and you see like the covered fake apartments that belong to the other Sims, you could like edit that and then take some of that apartment for yourself. You could also change the windows and stuff. It was really nice. Being able to edit apartments is like my #1 dream in The Sims 4, and I fear that ship has probably sailed. That might be like a thing we have to wait for in The Sims 5, if they even do it. I don't know anything about like the difficulty in regards to making that work and like how hard it is to make it functional and stuff, but I really want to be able to do that. If we could build like custom functional townhouses and stuff too, because obviously you can do this and like kind of fake it and just build like 3 houses that are attached to each other, but you can't really live in all 3 of them. I want to be able to have a lot that's got like 3 attached houses and then mark the other 2 as not being mine and then just live in the one side one. I would love that. I would love that so much, as I'm sure you've probably all noticed, because I just built like a giant fake apartment building and stuff too. We're doing the kids room right now though, and you can probably tell that I built this like pretty soon after the pastel pop kit came out, because I was using a lot of the things from it in here. I was just really excited about it, but I was having fun kind of trying to combine different things that we already had with that pastel pop kit, because it has these great pink and orange swatches that fit so well. And I ended up putting a little bunk bed, loft bed thing in here, because I noticed that those dream home decorator beds match really well. It's like kind of the perfect color to match the strawberries and the wallpaper. And I also used a kit curtain. I was getting kind of frustrated because I wanted to use those curtains from the kit like so badly, but they were just slightly too short for the windows. Like it was slightly not tall enough, and I didn't want to like have it be floating off the floor or anything. So what I did instead was just size up the railing. That Desert Luxe kit came with like a curtain panel and a little curtain rod item. And so I used that curtain rod item, but I sized it up. And so it looks kind of like a shelf above the window now, which is actually kind of cute. It's definitely a little bit on the large side, but it also hid like the weird clipping of the curtains, which was kind of a win. And then in this room, I added in a bunch of toys. There's like kind of a little play corner. I sort of tried to use some teal accents because there's a little bit of teal on the wallpaper too. I'm not sure if the rug seems like really out of place, but I like the color scheme in here a lot. This to me is one of my favorite kids rooms that I've done in a long time. I just love that strawberry wallpaper. It always wins. It like works so well in every room that I've ever tried to use it in. After this, we've just got one more bedroom left to furnish. We've got just one primary bedroom, and you can see that I've already placed a couple of things down in there, because as I was doing the other rooms, I was like finding things and thinking, oh, this could work perfectly. Like this will fit in the bedroom. I'll use that there. But I think this bedroom was probably the hardest one for me to furnish, mostly because it's got so many windows, which I know is a dumb thing to complain about, but like with the way the corner windows were laid out, it was kind of hard for me to figure out where I wanted to put the bed and like how it would fit in there. And I'd also used so many of the pink and orange things already that I was like running out of options. I made like kind of a bold choice with the rug in this bedroom. I was trying a few different pattern things. I was like not loving them. And then I found this like stone rug. It's like literally meant to look like stone. It's from Get Together, and I've never used it before, at least not inside. I've used it as like a fake stepping stone path on the outside of houses before. I've definitely never used it inside of a bedroom. But when I sized it up, it didn't look like that much like stone. It was just, it almost looked like leather or something. And so I ended up using that in the bedroom underneath the bed. Again, bold choice, but I was being bold, and I was being really stubborn. And so when I was building this on stream, and then some of my chat was like, that is so weird, Kayla, why would you put a stone rug in the bedroom? I was like, well, I'm gonna keep it. And so I did. And was it a mistake? Maybe, but I, you know, I did it. So I'm sure this is like a great promotion for my stream. You're probably all like, yeah, what I really want to do is watch Kayla be stubborn on Twitch. But if for any reason you do want to watch me be stubborn on Twitch, I play The Sims like every day on my Twitch stream, so I'll link my channel down below. My name's just lilsimsie on Twitch as well. But it's kind of fun. We do a lot of builds like this. We also play a lot of like normal Sims gameplay. Well, normal's a strong word, but what I mean is like playing in live mode. Like actually playing The Sims and not just building. I'm posting a video next weekend where I build a new house for my Twitch stream save file, and this is gonna make me seem really bad, but currently in that save file, I've got 88 graves in my front yard. I've kind of been collecting them for a while, and I should clarify that not all of them are my Sims. Some of them, sure, I murdered. murdered. Maybe a lot, but not all of them. But also because I had the save file for so long, you know when you're just like out and about and you're like at the gym and then some old person dies? I usually bring their grave home with me. And so I recently was like visiting a neighbor and there was 3 graves just in the living room. And so I took them all home. So that's how I have 88. Up until last week, I had only 85. I just found a few more. So I brought them to my front yard. I literally have them all lined up in my front yard, like a fence, but it's just graves, like almost 100 graves all lined up right there. It's really funny too, because people will like come into my stream and be like, oh, hey everybody, how's it going? Cute Sims, what are we up to? Whoa, wait a minute. They'll like think it's normal at first, think we're just hanging out, and then I like zoom the camera out for a second and they see all the graves. Honestly, my grave collection is like my most prized possession, but we're done with the house now. I think I might pop into the game and give you all a quick tour and like show you around the build. Although now that I think about it, I'm not sure I'll be able to get it to work off the gallery. I built this like a month and a half ago too, so I don't remember what save it was in. I may have made a big mistake here by waiting so long to post this on YouTube. Oh, cool. Thank you, Sims 4. Do you want to work? This is not reassuring at all. I do not feel good about this. Okay, we're fine. Well, I built this over here in the Medina Studios apartments. It's this one that's normally blue and yellow by default. It's actually not a bad place to live. Like compared to these other two, this one is haunted and this one has like rats. So this one coming with gnomes that fix anything that's broken and penny pixies that just give you a little bit of money. You'll like have 3 simoleons added occasionally from those. It's a pretty good lot. Unfortunately, it's just ugly. I'm gonna bulldoze all of this and then make sure we put move objects on when we place it. Okay, look, see, I posted it twice. This was the broken version and you can almost tell because like the lighting is glitched. This version should be fixed. It's just missing some weird parts. So you can see I had to like delete all the platforms and stuff. So everything's looking a little bit odd in here. Oh no, deleted like all my stuff. What happened to my cabinets? Okay. What happens if I raise this back up? 1, 2, 3. And then you obviously have to put like all the walls back where I had deleted them before. We did have doors in these areas. You gotta fix the wallpaper. This is just the annoying thing about placing stuff off the gallery. Like it's just kind of like this. Obviously this was a platform. This was a platform. Why did it delete all of this? I even placed this with move objects on. You saw me turn it on. Look at this. Look at how weird this is. There's like missing clothes too. Forget it. I'm not gonna bother with it too much. You all know what it's supposed to be like. Just ignore this part. This is like the main living space. I think it might be missing some artwork and stuff on walls too, but ignore that too. When you first walk in, we have this living room that was the whole inspiration of the entire house, and I really like the color scheme. I love this like pink sectional with these little orange chairs and the rug. By the way, this uses like probably every single pack ever. I just want to warn you, like genuinely, literally every single pack ever. And I'm not even trying to exaggerate. This house has so many packs. I really liked the dining room too. Specifically, I really liked this platform thing with the plants above it. I felt like this fit in really well. And I also combined 2 rugs from high school years to look like one bigger rug. And it kind of works because it's all stripy anyway. In the kitchen, it seems I did keep the orange appliances. I also put a couple cute little accents like the pink microwave. We have like the little oranges up there. This item fits so well. We have one bathroom right here, and I used a couple weird things like this candy rug that I've never used before. This one is like the teens bedroom, so okay, this is all messed up. All messed up. Please go back. Please go back. Why? You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. That's fine. It looks like that. We have like some seating. We got a desk. We got the closet. We also have this little corner with like the pride flag and like a mirror and some makeup and stuff. This room is the one that I had to cut out 5 minutes of me trying to do this from. Basically, what this is just this painting from Cool Kitchen, but sized up. This is just that like regular base game framed portrait, but I sized it up a couple times as well to get the frame. And you think, oh, that's easy, just put it in there. The problem is you can't just like easily place the painting in here because you can't see it. So what I was doing was deleting the wall and then trying to like scoot this out and then alt place it and raise it up to cover the picture. But obviously the frame is bigger than the actual painting is. So I was trying to like raise up and place 2 of them. You can see I have 2 here. You can kind of tell there's a line, but it's not super noticeable. So I was just trying to raise it up to cover the thingy, and it took me a lot of trial and error, and it was kind of ridiculous, but I like how it looks on the wall. It matches the room very well. Like this color scheme matches that rug perfectly. And then way over here, we have a little kid's bedroom, which for some reason has also had its rug deleted. This game is like really testing my patience right now. This build is a mess, but this is the kids' room, just kind of cute. And then we have that final primary bedroom. Oh my God, everything's messed up. Look at how it placed the wall stuff. Okay, well, this is that stone rug that I was telling you about. When you look at it, you can like really tell it's stone. This is the stone circle from Get Together. So it literally is stone. There's like a rectangle one too, but you could use it like a stepping stone path outside, or you could put it underneath your Sims bed. It does kind of look like leather, right? Maybe it's like shiny. I don't know why you'd have a leather rug, but there you go. Then we have an ensuite bathroom right here. And this is that room that I had just left as a platform. I probably could have turned this into like a walk-in closet or something. Maybe made like an extra bathroom and a walk-in closet. I wanted the apartment to be smaller. The place is like way too big, but that is the finished product. Good luck if you try and download it. It's weird. It's weird off the gallery. That original version like actually didn't work, I think. This is what people were trying to place before. Oh, maybe it did work. You know, I don't want to think about this. I want it to go away. I'm ready to be done now. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you like build videos and stuff like this, I post a lot of builds here on my YouTube channel, so feel free to subscribe. And also check out my Twitch channel because I stream all the time and we have a lot of fun over there. But with that being said, happy Sunday, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow, okay? Bye, everybody. I did wear pink, by the way, today to match the apartment. This was planned. I was trying to dress the part.